Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're live earlier than planned, thanks to the weather. Thanks to the weather in Northwest Arkansas. By the way, if you're in NWA, man, hit the deck at
Get down.
maybe do it now. Maybe just maybe just have us on like your Bluetooth speaker that's blasting across the house.
Do you have a safe room? Because I don't.
I don't. We've got the bathroom, which is literally on the other side of this wall.
I'm just gonna get smoked if it happens.
Bro, we're cooked. If that thing lands on the east side of Springdale, y'all pray for your boy. Not looking forward to that. The latest projections were like if you look at their maps, the red being where you don't want to be, it took up all of NWA down to River Valley. Like it looked like just north of maybe Little Rock.
Yeah.
So heads up, by the way. So this is the new show we have for you on Tusk Talk with Ty. It is Monday Night Lights.
Yo.
And we had planned on a full panel. Not going to happen because we've had to go live a little bit early. Travis Ford alongside me. He is the owner and operator of Direct Service Overhead, the garage door company. And, man, you guys might be busy if this thing gets out of hand. Well, maybe not.
Yeah. No, hey, you know what? Fun fact. Every time lightning strikes, somebody's motor gets hit.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Well, you guys keep an eye on that in your garages.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, your motor's the most susceptible thing to lightning in your entire house.
Well, yeah, mine's not even connected to any. It's literally connected to like the output. You know, like a basic.
Yeah, that's all it takes.
Yeah,
it just gets smoked.
There's no server. What do you call that? A server
surge protector.
That makes sense actually when you put it like that.
Yep.
All right. Well, sharing is caring. Make sure you guys like, share, subscribe. Again, we know it's early. Probably going to get a few people later on in my DMs like, bro, where's the show at? It's like, man, we had to go live a little early, but I do appreciate those of you.
Hit the like. Let's trick YouTube's algorithm.
Oh, man. Yeah, for sure.
Pretend you guys like us.
It doesn't help that our music's been getting hit with. I
got it solved. One mistake.
Hopefully, but the Patreon music is what's going to flag this one. Not flag it. What it'll do is it'll split the revenue earned from this video between this channel and then whoever owns the copyright to the music. However, YouTube has also been known to shadow ban channels that do this and do it repeatedly. And I can attest to that. That is something I've dealt with.
And you do it repeatedly?
I do it repeatedly. I just keep doing it. I don't care. I don't care. All right. We got a few things to talk about. Ty's going to reach up and unplug his garage door opener now.
You should.
Maybe I should.
I mean, you know a guy, so it's cool.
I do know a guy. That is fair.
We'll get you one with Wi-Fi in there if it messes up.
Oh, there we go. That's what I'm talking about.
Boom.
Hunter Yurachek. Travis, I know you saw this. We talked about it a little bit. Put out a tweet over the weekend. You guys are probably familiar with it, and I cannot believe here we go.
Crazy work.
This is interesting. Put it up on the screen. This is what Hunter Yurachek posted on Saturday. Might want to plug in his battery there, huh?
Yeah, no doubt. That's because he's constantly getting burned up on Twitter.
His notifications, his noties are blowing up his phone. Well, I guess we knew what we were doing after all. Congrats to our winner, and thank you to all who worked so hard to make this happen in our state legislature, the Razorback Foundation, our department's external team, our legal counsel, and our game day volunteers. And there's I want to get Travis, I want to get your response to this too, and I really wanted Tim's. Again, sorry, we really wanted a full panel tonight. I can't believe I can't tell you how disappointed I am that we couldn't do that for the first time since we've been doing these.
Our streaming luck sucks.
It does, man. I don't know what it is. The gods just will not allow it to have. The streaming gods they just don't want a full panel for whatever reason. But there's what happened. The estimated prize was $141,000. I think that was the closing amount. They post the winning ticket there. That's Hunter Yurachek's tweet, and he caught quite a bit of blowback for this.
As he probably should have.
Yeah, there's Pinto. Is there going to be, let's see, is there going to be one that will go directly to Arkansas Edge? And so there's also a lot of confusion about where this money's going.
I got a little clarification on that, actually.
I did too, but I want to hear what you know.
Well, what I had heard is it has to go to the Razorback Foundation to funnel it properly.
Yep.
Yeah. I guess that's the simplest way to put it.
To the players. So it goes to the players now. And I still don't understand then what's the point of having Razorback? What's the point of Edge if you've got this now through legislature and through the new rules and whatnot, and there's so much that's going to change with how all this goes down this year. But yeah, this has to go to the Razorback Foundation. The foundation is essentially going to disperse all the monies to the athletes.
I seen somebody post whenever they posted the amount. They said, "Oh, good, you almost got back what you lost from Madden."
Oh man,
I was like, bro,
that's a sick burn. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't know if we're gonna get an update on that for a while because that might get hung up in litigation. I really
think there's just a lot of red tape right now, and they're getting money any way they can. And if they got to go through the foundation, then so be it.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Yeah. It's messy.
But when you take shots at one of your bigger sponsors, that's pretty crazy work.
That's crazy.
Crazy work. Their name's on the dugout, bro.
I mean, I didn't even realize that when you'd said that. When you were like, yeah, the name's on the dugout. I was like, I have not noticed that. Hand to God, all year, all the baseball I've watched, I have not noticed. To be fair, I'm always switching between baseball, Discord, and the stat sheet, and then trying to look at other scores. So, if they do happen to pan to the dugout, I'm probably not even watching the game at that particular point. But that's wild.
Yeah. The other thing is that the Saracen has been trying to get him to do this for probably over a year.
At least, right?
And it is, I don't understand. I know that guy's been raising hell on Twitter for at least a year.
Oh,
Carl.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which shout out to him for trying to help the program. That's dope. And they were trying to do it. They were trying to do it on a grand scale, millions with raffles. And then the legislation got passed and all that. I don't know why the university didn't connect with them for whatever reason, but he was the one that Hunter was talking to.
That was absolutely a shot to Carlton for sure.
Yeah. Well, Carl also came out as soon as it.
Is it Carl or it's Carlton?
It's Carl.
Carl
Safa.
Okay.
Is it Safa or Safa?
Coral.
But no, Carl. Yeah, he's. What was I saying? You interrupted me, bro.
My fault.
I was fluid.
We're talking about the potential partnership there between Bet Saracen and the U of A.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. He was the one that came out and pointed out about, like, for example, the age thing. There's a box you check, and it's like, I'm 18 years old. And he was like, well, that's not, that's not.
I did see that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, he did that. I'm gonna be honest with you, as a Razorback fan, I don't care, because if you do that and you're not 18, you're not gonna get money anyway. Because to get that money, you're gonna have to show your ID, dude.
Yeah, you got to verify. Like,
it's kind of dumb to not. I don't think you need to protect it that much. It's not a sexy lady website. You know what I'm saying? I was gonna say the word, but I think that word might get you shadow banned.
Yeah. Oh, you talking about getting?
There's certain words that you can't use on here.
And sounds. I was gonna play the infamous sound of that particular website.
Yeah, don't do that. That would be funny.
So here's some more blowback. I say blowback, like, people on Twitter are going to rage. And it seems like there's the pro Hunter Yurachek side of this. By the way, I'm just going to say this. This amount, I'm scrolling up, this is a freaking success.
As fast as they did. How long? That
3 days.
Have been a week. I was gonna say, like, 3
days. As far as I know, it says the draw date was 5/17, so obviously that was Saturday. But
I'm gonna look up when the post first came out.
I'm almost positive it was on. They discussed it, I think, the day before, maybe.
I swear
announced.
I saw. Hold on.
I don't have the dates in front of me.
I'm on Twitter right now.
That would have been Thursday. Would have been the 15th. So 5/15/25. I'm thinking that's when
it got announced 6 days ago.
Okay.
So, yeah, I don't know.
Regardless,
okay, so 5/13 at 8 a.m.
Oh, 5/13.
Yeah, he tweeted that 4 days because the draw date was on the 17th.
Yeah.
In 4 days, they made that much money.
Over $250,000.
The question is, does it keep up, or was that just because it was the first one and everybody was excited?
That's a good question. I mean, here's the other thing too. It was, even though it's Tennessee, this was not a huge game in terms of like 2 top 5 teams going at it, right? This was not like.
I don't even think this has to be based on if your team's any good. Think about it. You could go to an SCLSU Mud Dogs game, and if you have a chance to win $100,000, you're gonna throw in on it.
That's fair.
Your team could suck balls, and you're still gonna do it.
Okay, but think about it though, like, because you could do this at home,
right?
You could just sign up at home. So the more eyeballs, the more attention that would get, right? So like Texas, had they started this the week they had Texas in town, would they have gotten more money? And keep in mind what they do to Texas.
Yeah,
they swept Texas. So, and I know they had to wait on, I'm sure there were guardrails in place there. They had to wait to do it to this date. I'm sure. I don't get into the politics of all that, but regardless, let's even give them the benefit of the doubt and say it was 6 full days. Over $250,000, $282,000. That's not a small sum amount. That's not a small amount. And then the winner got $141,000.
They were making $47,000 a day.
and the crazy thing about that is, I know day one when they started it, they only had like 10,000. Because by the end of the day, people were posting it in Discord, and it was only at like, I swear I only saw like, maybe it was Twitter, where I saw only like 10,000 by the end of the first day or something.
This is probably a good way to get Papa Jerry's money too, if you think about it.
What do you mean? How?
You know how they don't because he's associated with the Dallas Cowboys. The NFL rule states that he can't give the university money. Well, he could buy into a raffle.
Oh yeah. Well, nobody's excluded. I don't know how
That's
the
what
NFL.
I'm saying. So he could filter money through it, run the raffle up. I'm just saying.
Isn't that laundering or something? Or isn't that
Tennessee used to give their player money in McDonald's bags. So I don't care. I will take any money we can get, and we'll do it any way we can do it. I'm ready to cheat. Let's go.
360 STS says 5 days, I believe.
What is it?
Talking about how long this thing was going on.
Yeah.
Hunter Yurachek could win back the fan base if the foundation declared the winnings were going towards Sam's buy.
Oh, they would get $1 million.
Man.
They would get $1 million.
Could you imagine?
Oh my God,
dude!
The level of disrespect to advertise that, though. Woo!
Help us pay off his buyout, and he's still the head coach. Like, he's sitting in his office reading his phone. Like, he's like, "What the hell?
They're gonna bail him on me, aren't they?"
So yeah, there was definitely blowback to this tweet. I don't really have a problem with this. If I'm just being honest, like I don't really care. I know that speaking of it's Carlton. I told you.
No, it is Carlton. Okay.
I told you.
I suck.
To be smug. To be a smug.
His mom calls him Carl.
Okay. His mom. Okay.
His mom probably calls him Carlton. His friends probably call him Carl. Coral.
To be a smug major financial supporter of his athletic department, which is both incredibly bizarre and somehow also on brand. Oh man. Shots fired. I can't believe I'm not already following him. I need to follow him. I'll give him a follow.
I follow him and unfollow him periodically because there for a little while he went on like a week-long rant just going, pass the law.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
yeah.
Dude.
I'm going to be real, man. I still just don't understand it all. And I don't bother to read into it necessarily because I don't really I don't know. It's just
I think it's interesting to follow.
If you know more about it, then by God, you'll become our Tusk Talk expert on all this stuff with the politics involved with gambling and how Pat Saracen, like what plan they're trying to put forward. I need to reach out to him and get him on here is what I need to do.
Yeah. He's from what I've seen on his, it's an Oakland thing.
What do you mean?
It's a Sam Pittman relationship with Oakland.
Oh,
that's stopping Saracen from the raffle. Like Oakland was like freezing him out. That's not the word I'm looking for, but you know what I mean? Making him blocking him.
I see.
Which is crazy because they donate to other things in the school. So I don't know how much weight that carries.
Yeah.
Who won it? Let's find him.
This is El Dorado man wins first Razorback raffle.
Oh, that's cool. Wasn't even a Northwest Arkansas guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Think about it. That guy spent a ton of money to come up there, man. El Dorado's far.
Apparently, he's just like a blue collar dude. I don't know how they got that information, but I was listening to Chuck and Bo this morning. And they said he's just like a blue collar guy, blue collar feller that was at the game who's from El Dorado.
I'm surprised it wasn't some millionaire.
I don't know why they're being so public. But there it is. Chuck Connor of El Dorado was the inaugural winner of Saturday, May 7th.
Chuck got 14,000 cousins today. And they're like, hey, buddy.
Sure did.
I haven't talked to you in a while.
He sure did. The winning number of the 50-50 raffle was announced during the 8th inning. Oh, so not even during the 7th inning, should be the 7th inning stretch. The 8th inning of, I guess that's the time that it stopped, I suppose. I couldn't nail that on the head necessarily. But
yeah.
Razorback baseball game against the Volunteers. What a weekend for him, though, right? Like, he got to go, he traveled all the way up to NWA. You got to see the Razorbacks win this series.
Watch us put some belt to ass.
Absolutely. And then he went $141,000. Awesome.
That guy, that guy like woke up the next morning. He's like, hell yeah, brother. Hung over his shit.
What would you do with that money? I mean, I know, knowing you'd probably put it back in your business.
No, I'd buy a business, another one.
You'd buy another business?
You can get a couple of good businesses. You can buy into a small franchise business for like $40,000.
Really?
Yeah, and then you have passive income, and boom.
Welcome to Tusk Talk Financial Talk by Travis Ford.
My God,
bro.
Hey man, if you own a bunch of little stuff, you'll make a lot of money.
There you go. And so, now you guys know. Now you know what to tag him when you tag him in Discord. And you need some businesses. I'm going to tell you though right now, like Travis and his wife both helped me out big time with.
No, he's lying.
Bull crap. You guys, I was so lost with like using QuickBook or what is it called? Is it QuickBook? Yeah. You and your wife helped me out with that. Like, oh my God, you're a godsend. That was excellent. I was like, God dang, dude, trying to set up the LLC and everything. So yeah, I definitely would recommend actually. That could be your next business, man. Just being like a financial advisor. But
get rich quick schemes. We were talking about if I ever got FU money in Discord the other day.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, yeah, would you be football's John Tyson? I was like, absolutely.
Yeah.
I was like, I would buy a championship.
Yeah. Okay.
I could save money by just paying off all the leagues and the refs. Maybe cheaper than a good football team.
You could do that. Yeah. Yeah. That's also an option.
Good football team is what, 40 million in Texas roster this year, 45 million.
Yeah, I think that's what's being rumored. Yeah, it's like north of $40 million.
Dude, you know how much pressure those kids are under? If you suck and you're a $45 million team.
Yeah.
Dude,
you're thinking of the coaches, right? I mean, you know, Sark is, now it's time to win one, right? Like he took a big step this year at Texas. Now it's like, now you better win a championship. Now the pressure's on. Now you got this $40 million roster or whatever it really is. I don't know. But yeah. Hey, remember guys, make sure you like, share, hit the subscribe button if you're new. Again, did not expect, this was a much earlier live than planned. I do appreciate you guys for coming in, but it is due to this.
We didn't want to completely fail you guys. We wanted to jump in on something that, at least do something. And I was talking to Ty and I was like, I'm free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you said that, I was like,
with the $5 super chat, he said, Travis having John Tyson money is genuinely scary. You know how many Batmobiles I would have?
Oh man,
I'd have the Batmobile, like the old one, Batman Forever one.
Oh yeah. Well, no, hold on. You mean the first one, right?
Yeah, the old school one.
The first one,
not the Christian Bale one.
No. Although that one was cool though.
Oh, I guess the Michael Keaton one, huh?
Michael Keaton was that's the first. Yeah, I used to have a little die cast of that Batmobile. I had that forever. I love that car.
Yeah, I did too.
So sweet.
I had the plastic one you could put the action figure in.
Oh yeah, the one. Yeah. You put your
I had the Ninja Turtle van too. I was a spoiled kid.
Good Lord, dude. You probably had the Technodrome.
I still got no, I did. Yes.
You had the Technodrome? Yeah. Did you have the turtle blimp?
No, I didn't have the blimp. I had the helicopter with the boxing gloves.
Yeah, kid across the street for me had that, and he had the he had all the other Ninja Turtle accessories except the blimp.
You want to hear something super sad that's off topic of what we're talking about?
Shoot.
Heartbroken Hog said Trey Biddy said he has heard numbers as low as 6 million total is what we had for football last season.
It could be true.
Sounds about right.
Know.
Sounds about right.
I mean, when you look at who they're getting out of the portal, I mean, there are a couple of really good names, right? Xavier Sori was a big name last year out of the portal. I'm trying to think off the top of my head who else they got. There's more names. It's just
even worse than buying new guys from the portal is probably retaining your guys, because that was a problem this year. They were trying to fix holes, and the water jumped out of the ocean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and they have such an issue of keeping core guys too. Like they just, my God.
How sad are we really that we lost Luke Haas? I want to get into this.
Oh, do you? I mean, it's off topic, but
it is a little off topic. We didn't plan this at all. I just thought about it, and I'm not that upset.
Well, I will say this: we are going to get into basketball here in just a second. We're going to talk about Boogie Fland and Carter Knox. We have some updates and baseball, but I don't mind venturing into this because you know me, man. I'm always down to talk a little extra football.
Yeah, boy.
Luke Has.
Did I say his name wrong? Has, my bad.
Well, it's pronounced. I mean, I've heard multiple like radio people pronounce his name differently. Same with Iamaliava. I heard that last name pronounced about 4 different ways.
Aaron Torres is Iamaliava.
Yeah, well, one of the guys on 92.1, I forgot his name. It's a new show. Took over for Josh Bertaccini. Of course, he hasn't been on the air for a while, but he took that 92.1 station. I don't know the guy's name. I forget. He does a good job. Shout out to him on 92.1. But he'd pronounce it like not Iamaliava. It was like Iamaliava or something. I can't remember.
I've heard people do that.
I was like, wait a minute. Is it this whole time I was learning his name, even though it's pointless now? I was getting it wrong.
Yes, it was pointless and costly. Back to the topic, though. Luke Haas.
Luke Haas is a no. I'm going to tell you why. And again, I promise I've got stuff like I've got ideas and scripts written out for Patreon videos or just one long video on transfers. But I'm really big on that tight end they got out of the transfer portal. Rohan Jones.
Different one.
Rohan Jones. Got to see him my one and only day at camp. Very exciting, very explosive player, but also talking to people who were there, who got to watch him practice. I mean, he wasn't like a show stealer necessarily, but everything that, again, everyone who I've talked to who had eyeballs on the offense said this dude, he's not afraid to jump up and grab the ball out of the air. He looks like he's got a pretty legit catch radius. Don't know about his like blocking skills. That's always something that's tough. That is ultimately what's going to decide how much playing time he actually gets.
That also may be why they got multiple tight ends too. I think
it could be.
They'll depending on the play, put in hands versus the shoulders. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, they've got Maddox Lassiter, Jeremiah Beck, who's more of a receiving style tight end. He's not real big. He's like 6'3", 230. And then you've got the kid's name who I can never pronounce. Andreas. Get it. What is it?
Well, it looks like Paskey, but it's actually Poska. Yeah, he's Polish or something like that.
Yeah, he's from Denmark.
Yep. Sorry.
So he's a 5th-year senior. He's like 6'6", 270, right? Like he's going to be that block. He's probably going to be that guy if they don't motion him to like the HVAC or motion him as the lead blocker.
Game last year because he actually got to catch passes.
Yeah, and he's actually not bad in the receiving game. So, but I really like Rohan Jones, 6'3", 240. I just think that
was a liability. He got hurt all the time. Yeah.
Rohan Jones?
No. I'm talking about Has, man.
Oh, Has. Well, I was telling you why I'm not as
you're doing. I'm thinking on somewhere different than you are. You're thinking of his replacement. I'm thinking of when he was here and the lack of production and the fact that he was always hurt. Yes, he was reliable, but he didn't get targeted. That's on Talon. Well, but when he did get catches, he would get hurt.
Yeah.
So it's like, nah.
Well,
imagine if he came in there to Pitt's office and was like, Ole Miss is going to give me $2 million. And Pitt's like, well, I'm not going to give – actually, he'd be like, well. Nah. He's like, I'm not going to give you $2 million to throw 2 passes and get hurt and be out for the season.
The crazy thing is, if you talk to someone off the street, they'd tell you if you had people guess how many targets Has got or where he would be on that sheet of the amount of targets, right? Like Armstrong would be in first place with 118 targets. That's his actual number. If you ask someone off the street, like a casual Hog fan, they'd be like, "Oh, he probably had like 10 targets." Yeah. He actually had the 5th most targets in this offense.
Really?
He had 31 targets. He was 5 behind Tesla. However, like you said, like he dealt with injuries. He had a lot of stuff going on. And then, some of it was Green missing him. I do recall seeing Haz running wide open off what looked like maybe a slant route or like maybe a drag route or something. And he's just running almost parallel with Green. Instead, Green would throw over his head and go to someone who's a little bit further downfield. Because that's just where Green likes to place the ball.
By the way, no shade at Luke Haas or anything like that. I'm not like, oh, he went to Ole Miss, he sucks. I'm not doing that.
Yeah,
I was just thinking about it, and it, like literally, we didn't discuss this before the show or anything. So it's just one of those things I just thought about. And I was like, I'm not even that upset.
No, listen, he could be huge at Ole Miss. I haven't checked on.
It will be. That's what they do.
I haven't checked on what he's done at Ole Miss. I have no idea if he moved up the depth chart in spring camp or not. I don't know.
King Command said Haas suffered from the same disease Catalan had. His body wasn't built for the way he plays. Tough as nails, but the boy is falling apart. Not gonna argue with that.
Well, wait, Haas is falling apart?
I mean, he gets hurt a lot.
Well, I mean, but that you'd be shocked at how many guys play. There's always like a durability factor. There's a toughness factor. Can you power through it? Like Darren McFadden, we know he had to play through so many injuries, and not every injury is the same. And, some are more severe than others, even if they're in the same spot of the body. I don't know if he's done, if this is like a Catalan 2.0 thing where
I don't think it's that severe.
It's but it was enough that you could tell, like, it's obviously hindering his ability to stay on the field consistently.
And being off last year, honestly, probably helped him heal up. So he may be better this year.
Might go to Ole Miss and absolutely rock.
Yeah. Depends. I don't even know their quarterback. So I was going to ask you who it was, but I know you don't know. Or do you?
Wait, Ole Miss? Oh, I know who it is. I know who it is.
I have no idea.
When you put me on the spot, though, I'm not going to have an answer for you.
I know. That's why
I'm never good at on the spot.
I haven't heard.
I know who it is.
Ole Miss all year.
Off the top of my head, I can't answer it because it's just like a brain fart moment. Okay, it's I know they brought in. They have a transfer. They had like 2 transfers in the quarterback room, if I remember right. And I want to say it's
Austin Simmons.
Simmons, yes. It's Austin Simmons. That's who it is.
Never heard
Austin
of
Simmons.
Him.
Yeah.
Graduated from high school. He's a freshman. Okay.
I thought he was no, Simmons is a sophomore.
Oh, graduate. Sorry.
He should be a sophomore. I want to look it up.
It says Ole Miss will have Austin Simmons at quarterback in 2025. Simmons recently graduated from high school early and will be entering his freshman year of college with a bachelor's degree. Haas is also John Haas hit me hit me on Facebook and said that it is Luke Haas is second on the depth chart.
Now. Is he second on depth chart?
Yeah.
Be careful if you're getting that from. There's a couple of sites that I've been looking at, and they've been getting depth charts.
It's pretty early too, though.
It is early, but based on probably coming out of spring camp, that's probably true. I thought Austin Simmons was a sophomore.
I just read that.
I swear he was a transfer. Maybe not. And then they also there was another kid they picked up.
Something about when we play against freshman quarterbacks is always a good time.
Well, it was last year. I mean, just ask.
Well, think about it, like
Nico Iamaleava.
When we beat Texas at home that year, there was a freshman quarterback, waxed them.
Yeah.
Nico last year. Nico was kind of torturing us for a little while. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But we tend to do better against freshman quarterbacks.
Their quarterback room at Ole Miss is pretty stacked. Yeah, Austin Simmons is a freshman.
Weird.
They are stacked, though. They have Walker Howard, Justin Kowalak, AJ Maddox, Braden Waterman, who I think was a pretty highly rated player out of high school. Austin, oh, no, that's a running back. Austin Acton, 5'11", 200-pound running back. Anyways, yeah, I haven't done any of my breakdown. I haven't looked at any other roster yet. So that's on the chopping block. I'm usually, like, at this time of year, I'm trying to get through recruiting. I
do like that we got Ole Miss early this year.
You like that?
Yes.
Why?
They tend to get better toward the end of the season.
Are you sure? Because last year they were on fire.
Ole Miss?
Yeah.
We played them like later in the the year, though.
Well, and yeah, but last year, though, they started off like 4-0. But if I remember right, though, they didn't play anybody worth a damn, but they were hanging like 50 points a game.
Are we their first SEC? And then they had Jackson Dart.
Yeah, they did have Jackson Dart.
Tell me, man, the quarterback, that's going to matter.
Oh, well, yeah. Yeah, just ask Tennessee. Like, I know, like, they're probably panicking even though they won't admit it.
I'm way less worried about Tennessee now that they got that other kid. Nico in year 2 is going to be pretty good.
We'll see.
He just made stupid decisions last year. If he had used his head against us a little bit better, they would have beat us.
Yeah. So Ole Miss, I pulled it up. Yeah, Ole Miss average is like 60 points a game. 76, 52, 40, and 52. But they did lose to Kentucky on the 28th. So they started off 4-0. Yeah, Dart was throwing for almost 400 yards a game. Just ridiculous. But, who you play matters. And then he goes on the road. They walloped a pretty damn good South Carolina team. They beat them 27-3. So they started the year off 5-1, and they lose to LSU in overtime. That was at LSU, and then they won the next 3 against Oklahoma, at Arkansas. I mean, they 63-31 against Arkansas, and they beat Georgia. Remember that?
Yep.
They beat Georgia, but then they turned around. They went to the Swamp and they lost 24-17, and then they struggled against Mississippi State. They barely beat Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl, 26-14. Then they beat Duke in the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl, 52-20. Anyways, who cares? Screw Ole Miss.
Yep.
I'm
doing a few things.
I like having Ole Miss early because they're starting a new quarterback. It'll be his.
That's what I'm saying. Catch him early.
It's there, and that's what.
But dude, if they still had Jackson Dart, I'd be like, we're screwed. We're playing at Ole Miss.
Yeah, but you never know, though. I mean, this is Lane Kiffin, right? I mean, this is his guy. I mean, we didn't realize how good Jackson Dart was until Dart, made a name for himself.
Didn't Jackson transfer from somewhere else, though, before Ole Miss?
God dang it, Travis.
I know he did. Yeah, he did. USC.
He did.
See that? Yeah. I don't need the internet.
It was at USC. Okay. I was going to go. I knew it was a transfer. I just couldn't.
Yeah, he came from USC.
I forgot it was USC. Yeah. Jack, pretty big miss on their part for USC. But, yeah, I guess to finish off that conversation about Luke Has, who transferred out of Arkansas, I'm not as concerned because of, and like I already mentioned, because of what they have coming in. I do like Platt, the kid they got out of Texas A&M, who's a 4-star at A&M. I think he's going to be a sophomore this year. But yeah, I kind of like what's going on there. It's just it could have been an offensive fit problem, right? For Luke Has, it could have just been he just didn't fit. So maybe Rohan Jones to me looks more athletic. He looks faster than Luke, just by looks. And I've got to see Luke practice quite a bit. I
haven't seen Rohan in person or play at all or highlights or anything, so I believe you though.
Well, one day, which shouldn't account for a whole lot, but I did get one day. But again, talking to the people who were there, like they were pretty impressed with him. And so, again, I think what could hold him back, number one, you're always a little bit concerned about walking into a Petrino offense year one as a player. Like you're not going to pick up and understand that offense just through spring camp, right? You're going to need fall camp, and you're going to need to get some games under your belt. And then there's also the blocking side of it. If you can't run block, you're not going to get some. You're going to lose snaps. So,
that was always a rule back in the day. If you won't block in Bobby Petrino's thing, in his offense, then he's damn sure not going to put you on the field because that's a big part of it.
DJ Williams caught a lot of flack for that. I remember Williams, people were saying that he shouldn't be on the field because
he was actually where I heard that from on his show.
Yeah. And he caught flack, and I think he got better as a blocker, and then his numbers went through the roof. That what was it, the first year with Petrino when he was there, and he ended up being an award winner. Ended up winning the best tight end in the country award. So
right,
maybe that could be Rohan Jones. But again, that's where I'm at with it. I'm not as butthurt over it. I was definitely. Like Kudus, I was probably more angry about the Kudus thing than I was.
I think, I would say that's fair. I was pretty mad about Kudus because we needed him.
Oh man.
I mean, we needed Luke. Don't let me. I don't want to sound terrible, but I think our O-line was an issue.
It should have taken more priority, offense and defensive line, but I think they did a pretty good job. Because Corey Robinson, I've got a really good feeling about. I like the kid at center from UCF. A little concerned about the right side of the line of scrimmage, but hopefully they'll get it all figured out by the end of fall camp. All right, on to Hog Hoops here. We've got some updates on Boogie Fland. Boogie Fland was, I say an update, it's more like just more of a reiteration of what we discussed last week, but Knox is on a visit, or not Knox, sorry, Boogie Fland, my bad. Boogie Fland is on a visit. I've got Knox's info on my screen with Florida, and it's not just a day like I thought it was. He's going to be there for a couple of days. Jeff Goodman on the 18th tweeted, make sure this is the right tweet. Yeah. Florida coach Todd Golden and his staff will host Arkansas transfer Boogie Fland tomorrow and Tuesday. And then the national champion Gators will go to the White House on Wednesday. Yeah.
No, great.
Fland withdrew from the NBA draft process this past week. Gators are clear favorites to land the scoring guard.
Yeah, I think so.
We knew he was going for. I thought it was just a day. I thought he was just going to go down there and then take another visit elsewhere. I don't know what this window looks like for visits for transfers. I don't know what it looks like. I don't know like what the end date is. But he had until the 25th to pull out of the draft. He did it early, and when the rumors started that he was. If he were to back out of the draft, that it would likely be Florida. Those rumors, it sounds like they're going to be vindicated because it's starting to look more and more like that is absolutely going to end up being where Boogie Fland winds up is in a Florida Gator jersey, and that makes me kind of
my thing for just 2 seconds, okay?
Yeah, no, you're good.
Sorry, man.
So Boogie Fland, yeah, favorite to go to Florida, most likely will. Carter Knox. Carter Knox also getting some love. There was a Urson who does a really good job. I had his of course I backed out of his actual but this is Urson's NBA draft newsletter. Really he's got him as a I think on his Twitter he has him as a back end of the first round. Team success correlates with the number of true versatile wings on the depth chart. That's the buy-in for that's the buy for NBA teams when considering Kevin. He wrote Kevin Knox. Yeah, that was obviously a typo. He's a clear first rounder, and then he goes into depth as to why. And I'm not going to go over all of it, but well, it's not a whole lot actually. I could probably read part of this. Coach Calipari had many mouths to feed and was forced to give Knox a bigger role during the year. So he talks about kind of how things went on towards the end of the year. The standout games against Texas Tech, where he had 20 points, St. John's 15 points, helped Knox peak at the right time. NBA scouts have been intrigued by his physical tools way before college, where his impactful play confirmed that Knox has feasible long-term potential to grow into one of the league's better wing stopping defenders. The scouting report focuses on his NBA role and his areas of development. His physical profile, they have him at 6'5". They say 6'5" in socks, by the way. Knox has excellent potential size to play the three. The uniqueness comes via his great length, measured at over 6'10" wingspan, and the incredibly well-filled frame despite his young age. He's built like an NFL linebacker with broad shoulders, and a well-filled chest. He has good core strength, and his footwork has improved throughout the season. Knox is a good athlete who can change the game on both sides by switching from physical play to being crafty. His great understanding of the game helped him solidify a vital connective role. His explosive and decent first step with good lateral quickness, Knox is enough of a threat vertically to round out his physical tools, which are one of the main buys for NBA scouts. So obviously, if you can get Carter Knox back, you get a little bit more clarification as to who he is. Uh-oh.
No, yours going off?
Yeah.
God, I missed like 3 calls. I was like, I got to answer these.
Oh, no, you're good.
Sorry, guys, I'm actually working, believe it or not.
That was my alarm to go pick up my girls on a typical day had I not had to pick them up early.
Baby, already done.
We had to pick them up early because of this goofy weather.
But again, Knox back so bad.
It sounds like Knox. Again, you've got a pretty good profile on who he is as a player. If you do get him back, there's a little bit more clarification.
Here's my question: what if we don't? What do we do? Like, it's too late to get anybody, isn't it? You know what I'm saying?
No, because I mean, Florida's going to get Boogie.
Well, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I guess you could.
I don't. Again, the windows are just weird. I didn't
know if it was another window or not. I guess
the question is, can you get someone of his caliber?
No,
before the year, and the answer is no. I don't think so. You're obviously Adu Thero's going to stay in the draft. Boogie Fland, who's a different position, different player entirely. Obviously he's a true guard, but like you would like, I don't know, you want just another spot to fill, but you need someone like that. You need someone who can spot out the 3, who can kind of play a versatile stretch 4, and that's what Knox is. Knox is he could be a stretch 4. Again, they've got him as a small forward. That's what a lot of the NBA, I think, have him scouted as a small forward. So I just don't know, man. To me, it's like that's the difference between a Sweet 16 caliber roster and an Elite 8 to Final 4 run roster.
Yeah,
Knox. And that I'm not trying to piss in anybody's Cheerios here. I do like what they have. It's a really well-rounded roster for the most part, but it just feels like Knox is that final piece that really, sets everything off. And I don't know that without him, I'm not sold that you're going to, that I, at least for me, that I would put you in as a Elite 8 Final 4 team with what we know about this roster. Because again, you're missing that piece. You're missing that body size. You're missing that athleticism that Knox has. So I don't know. I hope I'm wrong. If he leaves, they may not replace his spot. As far as I know, they can.
I'm just thinking size and physicality are what we're going to lose the most with him.
You do have, you've got a Billy Richmond who's like 6'5", 6'6", but he's like 200 pounds.
Billy was born with a knife.
He's a different. It's not like we can't compare those two, right? You're not getting any freshman coming in that's going to take that spot. Isaiah Seeley's like 6'6", 6'7", like 190 pounds, and you're not expecting him to. Seeley's a good player. I think Seeley is an underrated player, and the more we hear about him, kid out of Springdale, like he might actually be pretty darn good piece to this team and might even get some time. But then the question is, what about Rattel? You've got Pringle, who's not a Carter Knox. And then you've got Malik Ewan, who's these are different. Those are true, like 5 pieces.
Yeah, I was going to say, Pringle will definitely, he'll help with the physicality part. So that's, I think Rattel's going to be depth.
Yeah, Rattel feels like.
I think he's a project.
Yeah, I agree. I think Rattel's it might be like I don't even want to say it's a coin flip as to whether or not I don't see him as a starter for sure, but you never know, man. These guys.
I mean, if they get in there and they play and they kill it, he's not going to not play them.
That's true.
I don't think first game of the season he's going to be in a starting 5 or anything.
He's going to have to work his way into rotation, I feel like. But I don't know. I've had people try to convince me that he's actually going to come in and be a vital piece, and maybe they're right. I don't know. But you've got Wagner, Brazil, Richmond, Acuff coming in as a freshman, Malik Thomas, Seeley, and then Rattel, Pringle, and Ewan. That's really what you have. The good news is you still have a good core group of players even without Knox. Again, with Wagner and Brazil and Richmond. That's nice to have those 3 guys. Those are 3 guaranteed. I feel like they're guaranteed starters. We'll see. Brazil might get pushed a little bit at that spot. Maybe not.
I think Brazil. I think he'll be all right.
I guess it's a question as to what they get out of Pringle and Ewan, right? Like, how often do they want that combination on the floor if they want to play with that kind of size?
Yeah, just run all the bigs out.
Well, at least 2 on the floor.
Put Brazil, Ewan, Pringle.
Yeah, get all your bigs.
What's Rattel? Rattel's only like 6'7", right?
6'8" to 6'9", I think.
Okay, he's bigger than I thought then.
Yeah, he's like he could be I think he could play the 4 spot. But he's not like a 250 guy. He's not a 250 piece. He's like 208 or something.
Yeah, Alan said did Knox decide to stay in the draft? He isn't on any of the mock boards. No, I don't think he's made a decision one way or the other, but he's on some of these projections that Ty was talking about earlier.
Yeah, well, he's on Urson on Twitter. He's on Urson's board to make the first round. The late end of the first round.
There's another board he's on. Another one he's on a second round though, right?
Yeah,
I like that one better.
Yeah. There was another board that had him as a second rounder.
Now that's selfishly, I want him to stay. You know,
we're supposed to get some news today. John Rothstein tweeted, "I need an army with me today at 3 p.m. Eastern." Wait a minute.
He's what?
That would have already happened then.
Ooh, breaking news! Kind of breaking. I don't know if this is that official?
What?
I don't know which one of the Aloy brothers this is, but SEC Player of the Year.
Oh yeah. Vahiva.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I was going to talk about that the next because we're going to talk a little baseball here in a second.
Oh, you mentioned Twitter, and I got on it, and I was like, oh, cool.
Yeah, he's SEC Player of the Year.
That's awesome.
Golden Spikes, baby, bring it on. But yeah, he got a shout out by Andrew Benintendi. Andrew Benintendi gave him a shout out. I was going to pull that up and play it.
Do it.
Hang on, let me share screen. Share screen. I think this is it. Yeah, here we go.
Vahiva, what's going on, man? It's Andrew Benintendi. I just wanted to give you a quick shout and say congratulations on winning the SEC Player of the Year. What a tremendous honor it is. And, to be the best player in the best conference, it says a lot, and it's a testament to your hard work, your determination to be the best player you can be. I know your teammates are proud, your coaches are proud, and the fan base are extremely proud of you. Good luck the rest of the way. I'll be watching, and woo pig.
That's a cameo. That ain't real.
That was a cameo. The U of A reached out,
gave him all the details.
Hey, you know who this guy is? Vahiva Aloy. He's reading the name. He's like, "What?"
He's like, "How do I say this? I have shit to do. Hurry up."
He's on the cameo. That's right. Yeah,
that's cool, man. Player of the Year, hell yeah!
Congrats to him. We also got Cam Kozel, got second team All SEC. There were several of these. Zach Root, first team All SEC. Zach Root.
Root's legit. He had a bad game the other day against Tennessee, though. But.
Charles Daviland, first team All SEC. Cuillo got first team. Wow, both the Aloy brothers.
Hey, the pitcher we killed last series got the pitcher of the year.
Oh yeah, Doyle.
Yeah, Doyle got pitcher of the year.
Arkansas. Oh my God.
Do we get batters of the year?
They teabagged that dude. He caught it. He caught it square on the lip, son.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't forget to vote Vahiva Aloy for Golden Spikes Award. That's right.
If you guys haven't seen D1 Baseball's latest ratings, Hogs are top 5, baby.
Yeah, they got Arkansas top 5.
Yep.
Fifth place. That's right. So while we're on the subject of baseball, let's get into that really quick. Arkansas,
our fun sport. We also just won a track national championship for those of you who care.
This is the that's just expected, right?
Your boy Jordan Anthony smoked it.
Yeah, that's one of the rare examples of like if you're that good at track, yeah, you stick with it.
Yep.
Otherwise, if you're a football player and a track guy, I'm just going to tell you, be here for the spring. I'm sorry, track can wait. For him, though, that's not the case. Here's the tournament. SEC Network, Alabama and Mizzou.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. 10:30.
Ooh, tomorrow in the morning?
Wow. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Hell yeah.
Holy cow. So
this is good.
9:30 for us, dude. That's 8 p.m. That's Eastern.
This is good.
10:30. So that'll be 9:30 in the morning. Wow.
Up, be like playing Little League, dude.
Damn. Then you've got also on Tuesday. So you got a bunch of games on Tuesday. Oklahoma, Kentucky, South Carolina, and Florida. That was so loud in my headphones, man.
So I killed my mic. You heard it? Look, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
You can hear me?
I'm sure chat heard it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I hope no one was listening to that in their car.
I killed my entire mic. How did you hear me?
I heard it.
That's so weird, dude.
A&M and Mississippi State.
I'm trying not to be a dick.
Game 1. So winner of game 1 is going to take on Tennessee. God, that's a tough draw.
King Command said I blew out the SM-78. I tried to mute it, yo. I swear to God.
God, dude. Georgia takes the winner of game 2. Oh, Miss, I can't get over that.
I thought I was in the clear, dude. I ain't gonna, at least I didn't like fart or something crazy.
It was so loud. Like
Teddy's in his car. Look at that bass, dog. He's just driving down the road, and I'm like, clip that, bro.
Oh my God, dude.
That
might be a top 5 moment right there. That was great.
Literally reached over here and killed it.
Like it adjusted my headset. Like the vibrations. Yeah, I hear you fine.
Oh my God, this thing sucks. I press mute, doesn't work. Turn it down, doesn't work.
Well, now you know.
Yeah, noted.
Winner of game 3 takes on Ole Miss. Winner of game 4 takes on Auburn. Game 5, Texas. Game 6, Vanderbilt. Game 7, Arkansas. And game 8 takes on LSU. So
stupid. Hey, I am glad we're playing Friday. We're not playing until Friday, though.
Oh, isn't that great?
I feel like we got a pretty good shot at this thing.
I do like games. The other thing I was kind of hoping this would be like I was hoping this would be like an earlier game on Friday, like a 12 a.m. or 11 a.m. First pitch. But yeah, so 3 o'clock our time, 4 p.m. Eastern.
12 a.m. will be really early.
Well, okay, 12. Yeah, my bad. 12 p.m. My bad. Yeah, so May 23rd, this Friday is when Arkansas plays. If you want to watch the SEC tournament, I don't know how many of these games are going to actually be like. If you've got to have SEC Plus, or if these are going to be on. I'm sure several of these will be on SEC Network, but you know how they are. They'll televise gymnastics over.
Don't read chat.
Guys, oh no.
What?
Wait.
No, it's just funny. That's why I said don't read.
This is funny. Travis blew
out. Matt said that new Travis bangs in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm gonna make. I can make us a whole beat out of that. Just like sample it.
No, we're good. I don't think we need that. So, anyways, there you go. There's your matchups right there. Yeah. So Arkansas playing on Friday. I don't know. It says winner of game 6.
So it's all single elimination because the tournament's been like weird over the years, hasn't it? Didn't they just change all the rules this year?
Yeah, it's single elimination. Arkansas plays Friday. Just know that.
Yeah.
Just know that it's single elimination. Arkansas plays Friday. It could end up being like a typical weekend, assuming you don't get knocked out early, which I don't really care at this point. Like I think they're fine. I think they're going to host the whole postseason. I mean,
we just got to win 3 games.
They've done enough. They're going to host. They're going to be. They're good. They're fine. They're going to host the rest of the postseason. I don't think they have to win this game. Their first game to lock that up or anything. I think they're good. So. Yeah,
I'm excited.
I don't know.
Baseball, bro.
We probably. Oh no, they've got it in Discord, dude.
Nice.
Max already posted in Discord. God, dude.
I love Discord.
Yeah,
because I would totally have done that.
Mm-hmm.
He clipped it. Oh, that's
he wonderful. Did. He clipped it. He absolutely did.
Shout out, Mac. That's awesome. You guys get to get in our Discord. Anyone in YouTube who's not in there, it's really fun.
Yeah.
I just harass Ty all the time, pretty much. You want to see
Pretty
the
much,
best Ty memes of all time.
Yeah,
we light them up in there.
There's so many memes. So many Ty memes. Yeah.
Every time I see a new picture, I'm like, yeah, I can put Ty's face on.
Yeah. Yeah. No, my favorite one was the Tylactus.
Oh, yeah, that was cool, right?
Showed my wife, and she died laughing, man. She was dying laughing.
I just do it when I'm watching like one of the shows like my wife likes, and I'm just sitting there.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah. Well, it comes from a good place. I know that. You're doing it out of love.
Absolutely.
That's what that is.
Love and admiration.
All right. Well, again, we know it's an odd time. Appreciate everyone who made it through. Hopefully you guys will like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already. Shout out to Direct Service Overhead, the Garage Door Company, same-day services, quality parts, affordable outcomes, better than the best, hundreds of 5-star reviews. Give my guy Travis here, give him a call, 501-244-3667. Maybe you could belch in his ear.
I was going to say I won't burp on you.
Yeah, maybe you could let one go, let one rip in his ear and see how he likes it. A little payback. Free estimates, quality parts. Give them a call. Link is provided for you guys down below. Also, go check out Arkansas Sports Network on Facebook as well. Go give them a follow. They follow all the high school tournaments and playoffs. If you're a fan, go support them. Go support Arkansas Sports Network. So that's gonna do it. Appreciate you guys. We'll be back. Hey, listen, post games are planned for the Friday game, no matter the outcome. I can't speak for the rest of the tournament, though. No, hold on. No. I'm out of town. Holy crap. I just remembered. I'm out of town. I'm going to be in Branson this weekend. So there will be no post games unless Travis and Tim want to.
Dude, you go to Branson so much.
Well, we got the passes, dude.
You got a timeshare or something, man?
We got to justify the stupid passes. I can't believe I wasn't even aware we had them until the last time we went to Silver Dollar City, and I was like, "What was the damage on this one?" She goes, "Oh, it was our pass." Oh, so we renewed the pass. I see. Yeah, we got a little Airbnb in Branson. We're gonna go. It's us and some other family friends, and we're gonna stay at an Airbnb and then take our kids to Silver Dollar City on Saturday and come back on Monday. So the Monday show is kind of up in the air. It should be good to go. I just don't know what time I'm going to be home on Monday. It's only an hour and a half drive from here, so it's not like
it's not that bad.
It's not that bad. I'm not going to be gone.
The one thing I'm going to miss about going back to Little Rock is I'm way far from Tulsa and way far from Branson.
Oh yeah,
it's going to suck.
Yeah, shouldn't have left. You should have bought this house next door to me.
Right?
I don't. You can at least use it as a summer house. You may not be able to.
Yeah, by the way, I'm still here.
Well, that's true. That's true. Yeah. But you can make this your summer house, dude. You can come over and drink some beers and
for real.
Hang out and do these lives in person.
That'll be my fall house. Just for football season.
Oh yeah. Just so you can drive up. Yeah.
Airbnb it.
Yeah. All right. You guys be good. We'll hopefully see you on Monday. So yeah. Bye-bye.